Hello, and thank you for watching. I want you to think about product growth and what it means to evolve from a great product with a handful of key clients into an industry standard. You can set yourself on a course to achieving this within the next 8 weeks. My name is Kevin Gately, and I'm your host today. If you give me the next 3 to 4 minutes, I'll whip through this mini webinar so that you can realize how to set a course for your product to become an industry standard and begin immediately. I've had experience in business and corporate development, both on the startup side and the large firm investor side, as well as leading teams that turned key customers into product evangelists. So I've seen and driven the success story I'm talking about many times from every angle. Obviously, becoming the industry standard has its benefits, and I've listed some of the key ones here. You increase your revenue immediately as new clients come on board. You'll also be able to begin to leverage the network effect, where new clients find you because the counterparties they need to interact with want to do so on your platform. You also achieve revenue stability as overall revenue stays agnostic to shifts in client market share and entries and exits within the industry and starts to trend with the health of the industry as a whole. The first key action is developing a next level product vision and roadmap. You need to make sure your strategy is in place and focused on the right things. When looking at the industry landscape, you want to identify the strongest opportunities to build or partner. The strongest opportunities will be the ones where they are achievable within a reasonable time frame and will be directly creating revenue within that short time frame. There is a technique to accurately identifying such opportunities that I'd be happy to discuss a bit deeper offline. Finally, if you choose a partner, do so aggressively with a strong proposal, including timeframes and use case. What you don't want to do is start at a point where you're inviting a potential partner to brainstorm with you from scratch. If you've done your homework correctly, you should know how you want the engagement to look before you even approach the potential partner, and I've created templates for how that vision should be structured. When you take this approach, you can focus your energy on high-value discussions. You don't want to be wasting time on conversations that go nowhere when you can be driving revenue. The second key action is to turn the clients you currently have into product evangelists. You need to start by identifying current pain points for the client teams utilizing the product on a day-to-day basis. I say to focus on these teams because I've often seen situations where a company may be invested in a fintech startup and the corporate development team is talking them up, but the operational team will off the record confess that they feel forced to use it and aren't happy with it. And believe me, that is the feedback that a potential client will hear and remember. You need to handle these teams strategically and not reactively when there are issues. You need to identify any operational inefficiencies and or communication gaps that are impacting them and remediate these immediately. Then you put the processes and workflows in place to make sure your client-facing teams are empowered to build relationships and act as a feedback channel to the business end. I have an approach for that, which is also something I'd be happy to discuss a bit deeper offline. When you achieve these things, now you're starting to build client evangelists, and the key clients you're working with will start to drive counterparties onto the platform. What are some of the additional benefits of this approach? To start, during the process of converting clients into product evangelists, you'll be streamlining your operations, which will also result in lower operational costs immediately. Once you've proven your capabilities to build an industry standard product, you may also find that client consortiums are approaching you to build another industry standard. And the beauty is this time, you have massive client commitment before you even begin to build. Finally, attracting new investors. Knowing you've built an industry standard platform, key industry players will want to be on board as investors, reducing your competitive risk and stabilizing your revenue further. To recap, if you would like to make that move towards becoming an industry standard, you can start implementing within 2 to 3 weeks and see the plan fully activated within 8 weeks. If you'd like to hear more about my strategy for this, you're welcome to reach out. Thanks so much for attending, taking the next step.